The purpose of this video is to point out and briefly explain the operational differences between a Blanchette fire truck and passenger vehicles. We will also explain some of the many additional and optional features inside the cockpit of the truck. We will feature the Blanchette B27R Minuteman. The length, width, height, and weight of this truck is much greater than a normal passenger vehicle. The size of this truck makes it more of a challenge to drive, position, and park. The CG, center of gravity, and the GVW, gross vehicle weight, must be understood and taken into consideration when operating a truck of this size. For instance, this B27R Minuteman loaded with water would coast approximately 7,200 feet from 65 miles an hour to a stop. In contrast, a passenger car or truck would only coast about 2,000 feet from 65 miles an hour to a stop. To avoid accidents, curves, corners, and inclines must be approached slower and with extreme caution. The time and distance it takes to slow down and stop this vehicle is greater than with a normal passenger car or truck. Drivers of these vehicles, like the B27R Minuteman, must be experienced or trained to maneuver it properly and with ease. The functionality directly around the steering wheel are similar to a normal vehicle. The ignition, gear shift, turn signals, cruise control, windshield wiper dial, and dash gauges look very much like a common passenger car or truck. However, that's where the similarities end. The vehicle ignition is the master disconnect for the entire electrical system on the truck. The ignition does not disconnect the ground to keep from affecting factory vehicle computers. The optional ground sweeps are controlled with toggle buttons, left, right, and center, located near the vehicle's headlight switch. If the truck is equipped with compartments, an LED open door indicator is mounted to the dash to visually alert the driver of an open door. Additionally, an optional 90 decibel backup beeper can be mounted behind the seats to audibly warn the driver of an open door. This audible warning system is attached to the parking brake. When the brake is set, the audible warning is off. When the brake is released, the warning sounds. The center of the dash is used as the truck's emergency control and command center. The optional mini tank vision gauge is used to see the volume of water left inside of the tank. The truck's onboard radio system is used to communicate with dispatch and other rescue vehicles. It is conveniently located within the reach of the driver or the passenger. The Siren and PA system is very powerful and used to alert traffic and pedestrians to pull over to the right or move away from the path of the fire truck. The hands-free setting moves the siren control to the steering wheel, so the controls are tied to the horn. The radio and siren are mounted above the dash, allowing the driver to keep his eyes on the road and operate these functions with peripheral vision. This also keeps the center of the A very important part of the truck is the emergency lighting system. Wigwags, flashers, rotators, and work lights can be operated from the center of the dash using 4 factory switches. Because the switches are fused, each switch draws only a 1/4 amp, which activates a relay in the electrical junction compartment behind the seats. A very important part of the truck is the lighting system. The emergency lights, wigwags, flashers, and rear rotators can be seen in daylight or nighttime driving conditions to visually alert traffic. The work lights can be used at night to light up the pump panel, the crosswalk, rear pump area, and the ground around the vehicle. The optional fire line lights further light up the front and rear corners of the vehicle. The optional directional light bar switch is located near the bottom of the dash. The directional light bar goes into a warning pattern automatically when the flashers are turned on. When the light bar controller is switched on, the firefighter can switch the light bar to a desired setting and speed. The optional rear view camera is located in place of the rear view mirror and is activated when the driver puts the truck into reverse. The electrical junction compartment for all the fire body electrical components is mounted behind the seats of the vehicle. The wiring in this compartment is color-coded and junction block outputs are labeled for easy identification. In this video, we have briefly described and identified some of the cautionary facts and truck features. Basically, what it takes to get this truck from point A to point B. from the fire station to the fire or rescue scene.